Man, here it is. So we'll start with this. Yeah, why not? I think this makes sense. So if you go and search this, it's all over the internet. Quickest path to be a high value man. Where's Rollo's original tweet? I think this is it over here. Well, let's deal with a few of these because people, did their own takes of it, right? Whatever their ego investment happened to be in. See, the thing is, when you ask somebody what a high value man is, if you ask 20 different people, you get 20 different answers. You ask 20 different women, you'll get 20 different answers. If you ask 20 different guys in their 20s from 20 different guys in their 50s, you'll get very different answers from both those groups. To define it clearly and concisely, I don't remember where I saw it. I think it might have been Chateau Artiste or something like that, but it's clearly, become the man that other men want to be and the one that, women want to be with, sort of thing. And again, the definition changes and who you ask and how old they are when you ask them. But it's funny that all of this got taken out of context over what appears to me anyway to be Rollo's attempt to get some traction or some eyeballs on his stuff. There it is. It's probably the most concise one. We'll look at some of the other versions of it in a second. The quickest path to becoming a high value man is 1, do not get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s. I think this is the one that triggered the most people or got them to get their attention on it. See, I put out this tweet, it was a few years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. And it was something about sick moms, like 7 steps or 6 steps or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember what it was, but the internet took it and they ran with it. And I was on morning shows and news medias. And if you search for Rich Cooper, you'd see the tweet and articles written about it by leftards. So this is, similar sort of thing. It's a listicle. Listicles do well on Twitter, by the way, if you're new to social media, especially if they contain controversial things like, hey, if you're a young man, just get your balls snipped, right? So number 3 is get a vasectomy in your 20s, lift consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strengths, build wealth, resist easing up on your focus. And I think this is a reply to this author, Richard Reeves. I read his book. I didn't read his book. I listened to his book several months ago. Didn't really say much about it. Didn't think much of it. It was okay. It's, the standard observation of the facts that have already been stated, but with some apologies and, but this is how women are affected, sort of thing. Anyway, so this is a list of 8, whatever, standard sort of stuff. Be raised in the house of Elrond, whatever, nerds. Stingray. Where's the one that Ben Shapiro did? Where's Ben Shapiro's? Because he was brought up during this Fresh and Fit clip. Okay, so Ben Shapiro's, I'm not sure why this was cut and pasted in here, but he says, quickest path to become a high value man. So it looks like he just copied Rollo's. Stay healthy, get a job, get married, go to church, synagogue, have kids, develop a skill set, and then deploy it in the most market-driven way. 6 points to, I think, Rollo's 8. So be religious, just get married, get a job, stay healthy, standard stuff. Look, this interpretation of value is going to vary. Like I said earlier, if you ask a 30-year-old chick if a guy with a job, a job, which for the most part means just over broke, is high value, I don't know if she's going to get too excited about that. You got to bring more to the table than just the job today. That was good with our grandparents' era. You could have a job at the toothpaste factory screwing on the tops of toothpaste tubes, and that was just fine. Having a job was sufficient because you could have a house, you could have a white picket fence, you'd have the car, you'd have the vacation every, 2, 3 or 4 weeks per year, depending on where you would live. Being religious, going to church, having kids. Yeah, this would all be typically defined as high value in my grandparents' era for sure. I don't know that, what's Rollo's? Avoiding family. I'm not a fan of marriage. Obviously, I have a chapter in my book on why smart men tend to avoid marriage. So it's one that everybody's going to debate. Avoiding having children. That's kind of the point of being here. Scatter seed, right? Vasectomy in your 20s. That's where he goes, just kind of like full artard, right? And that was the point of this tweet, was to get people's attention at work, because the internet talked about it. Daily Wire talked about it. Ben Shapiro added him. I'm sure he talked about it on the show. I don't watch their stuff. I'm sure Matt Walsh got on board. And of course, you know, it went around the interwebs. And then a blue-haired cuckold got into an argument with Rollo. So I'll get to that video in a second. We'll deal with that now. I think we're far enough into the video that we can get to the swearing, because that's how it is. Okay, so that's the motorcycle clip I wanted to deal with. Sneako and Destiny ask Rollo Tomasi what a high value man is. Okay, let's get that up on the screen. Present, share, and is that it? There it is. Oh, hang on, I got to get the audio in on that. Share audio tab. Yeah. Okay. So you should be able to hear this. So it's a 2-minute clip. I don't know how long the full thing went. It seemed to go on forever. I did go back and watch the full thing earlier today, but this is like the version of the clip that I saw when I was scrolling Twitter. It's like Rollo on the Fresh and Fit arguing with a blue-haired cuck and a guy named Sneako. I don't know too much about Sneako. From what I understand, he's a streamer, or was a streamer. He got removed off of YouTube or something like that. Somebody in the chat can Google and tell me what he's famous for, maybe. And you've got this blue hair cuckold, who I've known of him for a few months now. I've seen him before. There was a point where I was working with Suleiman Ahmed, I think. He was doing some work on the research on why the Tates were in jail, and he was apparently going to come on to provide an opposing point of view, but he never showed up, or I don't know, something happened. But yeah, he's making the rounds. I'm not really sure why at this point, and why he would chime in on a conversation about what a high value man is. I mean, you guys tell me. Let's just play it.
And walk back from.
What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
It doesn't matter.
I know what you're talking about. That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
So like what is that? Telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
You tell me what a high value man is. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter what I'm going to say is a high value man. You guys are fucking
because it's your fucking tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say is a fucking high value man, because everybody takes this. The point of the fucking tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a fucking high value man is.
What if a high value man is 12 kids when you're 16? Then your tweet doesn't work, does it? What if your definition of a high value man is being getting into a trade and having 5 kids by the time you're 22? Then it also high value man is being an esports professional.
You're absolutely making my point for me right here. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
My point is,
I'm just going to pause this for a sec, because you've got the young TLDR generation on the left-hand side of the screen that wants to get to the point, and you've got Rollo on the other side who will take 7 hours on a stream to get to the point. They both get to the point that they want to arrive at. It's just, this is one of the problems with this conversation. I can see right off the bat.
This is a high value man. You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man. Do 1 through 8 to become A. And you're not defining what A is.
The fastest way to becoming a high value man is these things.
What is that?
Okay. So here's the thing. So if we're talking about family creation, we already talked. Okay, so you want to go? Okay, let's go one by one. You want to go one by one? Okay,
no,
so
I want to go before one by one. What is a high value man?
We can't have an argument if I don't even know what your
definition is. The very fact that you're even asking this in the first place is the actual point of the fucking tweet. Okay, so if you're going to be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back, then what is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point. This whole discussion is the point of the fucking tweet.
You guys, one of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded, but you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to fucking walk back from it, because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to fucking have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
All right. Douche nozzles. That's the word of the day. Man. So arguing on the internet. Hang on, let me go to something else here to kind of frame this for you. Like, I just couldn't imagine this. This is just, you turn on social media sometimes or video shows, and then you get fed this stuff. Let's go stop screen. Let's put this up here and share. And this one here is one that I want to show you. So if you don't know who Destiny is, this is him on a stream with his, I don't know, wife or girlfriend or whatever, but he lets her bang other dudes. And this is another dude over here. Watch this. I'm not going to play the audio on this one because it's got an audio track, so it'll be an issue for the YouTube. But anyway, he's sitting there, and it's the camera just zooms on him, playing sad music, and she's dancing in the background with this black dude doing some, I don't know, a salsa dance or whatever. The look on his face says it all. But this is who's engaging in an argument about what a high value man is, right? Like this is the state of social media. This is the state of all this. Like, why are you even debating the issue with people like this? Anyway, remove. You guys can go see that on my Twitter feed and hear the audio to it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What is a high value man? It's a guy that other men want to be around or to be, or a guy that women want to be with. It's as simple as that. I saw during the longer form of the content during the argument, Rollo was, I think he said Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos aren't high value men, which is pretty stupid. I mean, I'm sure Elon Musk cares, first of all, to begin with. He's building rockets and spaceships and cars and digging holes in tunnels under people's company. Oh, and running social media platforms like Twitter, apparently, too. He's got 10 kids with something like 5 or 6 different women. I have no idea what the count is now, but it's just like, it gets to that point where it's just absurdity that it's, oh, he is or he isn't. And I haven't, been kind to Elon's relationship choices in the past, but he's certainly a high value man. Men want to be him and women want to be with him. As autistic and as awkward as he is, or wherever he is on the spectrum, whatever it happens to be, I think he says he has Asperger's, but as awkward as he can be, and the man that he is, what he does, men want to be him. He has a massive following on social media, and women want to be with him. Women still want his seed, and he's happy to spread it. He's been doing it for quite a few years now. So there's that. You guys chop that up in the show, but it's like it's just weird watching these like hour-long sessions over something that's so simple. Anyway, I like to keep things simple. That's just my style. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pinned down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.